Hi everyone, my name is Zulie Rain. I'm a product marketer here at Medium, and today I'm going to talk to you about how to write better titles on Medium. A quick disclaimer, I'm not going to give you any specific advice. I'm going to show you how you can do research on Medium to make sure that your titles are appealing to the readers that you're trying to reach. I know, it would be great if I could say the title should be 7 words long and should include a number, but the truth is that that's going to be true for some writers and it's not going to be true for others. So it's always better to do your own research, dig into what titles might make readers click, and apply those learnings to your own titles as you go. If you check the video description, I've also included a worksheet that you can fill out at your leisure to go along with this video as you watch it, or just do it at your own time, to really make sure that your titles are as good as they can be. Because titles are the windows to your story's soul. They are what make readers want to click, want to read, and say to themselves, yes, out of all the stories that Medium is recommending to me, out of all the things that I could be doing right now, I want to read this story. Okay, let's get into it. So here are the two places that you should check out. The first is the topic page. So if you go to medium.com and you check out the Explore Topics page here, you'll see that it's a list of all the topics. It's a list of topics that you can publish your story on Medium, and it's also a collection of all the stories that are in that topic. If you're not seeing the topic that could be the best fit for your story, you can always use a search bar to pull up the topic that you think is a good fit. So the topic page of the thing that you think your story is most about. You can also use this related topics bar here to find one that's a better fit. The second place you should look is in the publication that you think could be the best fit for your story. Now, I still recommend doing this step even if you don't plan on submitting the story to a publication, because a publication's reader activity is going to be a great source of information about what titles those readers who are interested in that thing that you're writing about are most likely to be interested in. So for example, Frazzled is the home of funny parents. So if I'm thinking about writing a funny story about my kids, this would be a great place to check. So you're not just going to go to the topic page. I want you actually to go scroll all the way down to see more stories, and then you're going to select 10 most read and then time slice to the most recent month that there's full data for. So in September of 2025. Now, look through these stories and see, what do these titles have in common, if anything? Or is there a specific element in these titles that makes you want to click and read more? What's the value that you as a reader would be getting from these stories? So I'm seeing a lot of stories that focus on the problems that young children are having right now. I'm seeing they're calling out that specific problem: AI, distress tolerance. So one really popular title format that's working right now in this particular topic is the problem, explanation of problem kind of topic, kind of title type. So what I recommend you do is that you scroll through this page, maybe look at previous months, maybe look at previous years, and just get a sense of what elements of these titles work for you and that why you think that they could work for readers. Then, once you have that information, you're going to write it all down, and then you're going to go check out the publication that you found earlier. So you can go to, you can add archive to the URL here, and this takes you to the archive of all the stories ever published in this publication. You can do the same thing. You can slice by most popular. You can look at the most recent year, and if relevant, you can pick the topic that you think is most relevant to your story. So in my case, I might choose parenting. So again, you're going to look through these and try to get really granular about why these titles would or wouldn't work on you as a reader, or why you think that they could be clickable. Words no parent ever wants to hear, what not to do on a Friday. So a few things I'm seeing here, that these are pretty vague titles paired with more specific subtitles. So that's something that I know could be appealing to readers of this publication. Here's something that's quite the opposite, a very specific title. That obviously is still appealing. Here's something that's a little bit vaguer, but maybe the image is doing more to communicate. So again, you're going to go through this and say, okay, I think that this one has a really, really specific experience that it's calling out. That's why it's going to be valuable to readers of the parenting topic. words no parent ever wants to hear, parental guidance when the parent is a nincompoop. Well, I'm a parent who feels like one, so maybe this is the advice that I need to hear, and that's why this title is working on me. It's kind of touching on a fear that I have. So again, go through, find the reasons that these titles could work on you, and you're going to collect that information again. So once you have all that information, either written down or just living in your head, you're going to go back to, you can do this in a Medium draft, you can do this in a Google Doc, wherever is convenient for you, and you're going to write down 5 titles. Now, all the research you've done from the publication that you think might be a good collection of your target readers, of the topic that you think is most closely suited to the topic that you have in mind. So now with that information bouncing around in your head, you're going to sit down and come up with 5 specific titles. I say 5 because if you're anything like me and most writers, you're not like this naturally amazing title writer that you're going to get it right on the first try. That's okay, and that's totally normal. I really encourage you to try more than once to come up with a number of titles, and that's going to let you zoom out and say, okay, which of these is going to be the one that communicates the value most accurately to my readers, that's going to get them to be most likely to click on it. So for example, if looking at your research, you know that using numbers is effective, you should definitely do at least one title with a number in it, but don't limit yourself to that. You might try to do one that's a highly specific example. You know that that's popular with readers of this particular topic. You might go for one that's a little bit more vague. You know that that might be popular. So come up with 5 different examples. Try to make them as different as possible. Now, you can just decide which one of these that you think is the one that communicates the value most clearly to your readers. You can shop these out, take these to a friend, a family member, a coworker, and try to get them to tell you explicitly why would or why wouldn't you click on this. This isn't as specific as targeting the readers of the topic or the readers of that publication that you picked out, but it does help you get immediate feedback before you publish your story. The reason that I ask you to come up with 5 at least is like using a muscle. The more you use it, the better you're going to get. And also the more titles you have, the easier it is to pick out like, oh, I think this might be a winner, which I might never have come across if I had just gone with my first instinct, which could have been this more listicle style with having the number in it. That's why my advice is never specific about titles, and it's always going to be tailored. It's always going to be best if you do your own research to find out what's resonating with your readers in your topic right now. The best thing you can do is that after you publish a story, definitely go to your stats page and find out if that worked. Sometimes you might find that one particular title is not going to be that great. You might find that another title works way better. The best thing you can do is learn from the titles that you've used, what's resonated with your readers, and just keep practicing, keep getting feedback, and keep trying new title styles out. Thank you so much for watching this video. Again, check the video description for the link to the worksheet that I've prepared for you. And I hope that's helped you think about how you can write better titles on Medium. Have a great rest of your day, and I'll see you in the next video.